is a budget brief from the National Women's Law Center and National Priorities Project. I'm Mattia Kramer. Sometimes it feels like all we hear from politicians and pundits are warnings that budget deficits are too large and we need to cut federal spending. What we don't hear about is what the federal budget actually means for real people, people like you and me. And guess what, ladies? Especially you. That's right, budget issues are actually women's issues. Today I'm going to explain why. Women still are paid less than men. Women who work full-time, year-round, receive only 77 cents for every dollar paid to their male counterparts. Women still are more likely to take time out of the labor force to care for children and aging parents. They're far more likely to be single parents, and a lifetime of lower pay and greater responsibility for unpaid caregiving takes a toll when women reach retirement age. So women are at a greater risk of poverty and economic insecurity than men at every stage of their lives. That means women and their families are more likely than men to rely on federal programs that help people protect their health, obtain quality childcare and higher education, and meet their basic needs during difficult times and as they age. For example, more than 21 million women get their health care coverage from Medicaid, which provides insurance to low-income people who are elderly and live with disabilities, as well as low-income children, parents, and pregnant women. 2/3 of adult Medicaid recipients are women. The Pell Grant program helps millions of low-income students pay for college each year. Women are also about 2/3 of Pell Grant recipients. And child care assistance programs help low-income families afford quality child care so parents can go to work. 86% of families served by the federal Child Care and Development Block Grant are single-parent households, and the vast majority of single-parent households are headed by women. These are just a few of the ways that the federal government makes a difference in people's lives, especially women's lives. So when our elected officials talk about cutting federal spending, they're talking about cutting services for women and their families. But cutting services isn't the only way to reduce budget deficits. There's an alternative that a strong majority of Americans support. We can close loopholes in our tax code that currently allow the very wealthy and corporations to avoid paying their fair share in taxes. To learn more, tune in to part 2 in this video series from the National Women's Law Center and National Priorities Project.